Hey everyone, so I'm back with another tutorial. I actually had several different requests as far as what to cover. Everything ranging from text to clips, transitions, masking, all sorts of different things. This time around I'm just going to kind of focus on typography, which is just basically the text that's inside your project. And for this one, it took me a while to kind of like try and decide on a project to actually showcase and like kind of use it as an example. But this one, I felt, my Dimitri I like it one, I felt like this one would be a pretty good one to do because I definitely used a lot of typography. And I'm actually going to do something a little bit unique with this particular tutorial. Instead of actually showing you the project file and then kind of just showing you the end result of all the stuff that I did, I'm actually going to like build it for you. And hopefully that'll be like a little bit easier to kind of understand what I'm doing. Alright, so the first, I guess, typography effect, I don't know how you would say it, but the first one I'm going to cover is basically just this bar of text. And probably more along the lines of this one where it actually moves. But here is just kind of like a random manif. This is just from my folders. It's not like from an actual project that I'm working on. I don't know, maybe in some future I'll actually use it, but yeah, so let me just drag this here. Perfect. Okay. So I'm just gonna like try to make this like super simplistic, so I'm not gonna add like a ton of effects and everything like that. But basically, if I'm doing it so that, let me kind of show you. See if I can find like a good example. I know, oh, there it is. Okay, so if you see how like it's on there, it's showcased multiple times in one line and it kind of just like moves. Okay, so that's what I'm going to kind of show you, but it's essentially the exact same way that you would do something like that. You just wouldn't have it repeat over and over again, you would just fill it up. And you'll know kind of what I mean in a second. Okay, so I'm just going to say Anya because that's Anya right there. And when I do repeating, I just leave like a couple spaces. For this one, I'll just put like 3 spaces between each one and I'll just repeat it a couple times. And normally the font that I use for a lot of my projects nowadays is Century Gothic. And I usually leave it bold. Sometimes not, but usually bold. And I will bring in the tracking to get it so that most of the characters in the text actually fit together like that. That actually doesn't look too bad. Okay, and then the thing is that if you're going to do the bar, you could actually do this a number of ways. The easiest way is just to like fill in the background color. And also, what I like to do with a lot of my text is I like to leave this kind of beveled 3D effect shadow. And that's all just done by here, just with the feather completely at 0. And then you can change the offsetting. So if it's a little bit too far away and it looks more like a shadow than more of a 3D effect, you can make it smaller like this. And then actually like that, so I'll leave it. Okay, and I think everything else is good. We got it in the middle. I think the sizing actually is pretty good for right now. But what you do is I just mask this part to make sure there's about the same amount of space between this part and this part. It's going to be a little bit off, maybe just because of the shadows. So I could probably lengthen that part a little bit. But essentially you have this part, and if you want it to slide kind of like it does on the other project. I just totally mixed that up. Oopsies. So you want it, unless you want it to go out from completely full to out of the picture. you do that. But I just use my masking, and it's really easy by using just the rectangle square mask, because then you can just slide it across like so. Okay, so we have that part, but we don't have it so that the text is actually moving at this point. So just do this. Okay. That's probably enough. So basically what I do is I zoom in, and I'm going to pretend like there's a beat here. So normally what I'm going to do is I'm just going to like move it. Oops. So that it comes in quarter speed. I think I did mess up a little bit. I think it is a little offset. But it'll work. Okay. I know. I can make this easier and just use my keyboard, but it's so much faster to do it this way. Okay, I think I'm going the right direction. I get confused sometimes on if it's going left or right. Oh, perfect! It went the right way. Okay. So now that you have it moved over like that, now you can see that the text is actually going to move. Just like it does. Oops. Okay guys, I'm having a crazy day so far. And it's only morning. Just like right there. Yep. And also, one of the things that I actually did when I was creating this, if you can see, there's kind of like a little RGB shift effect going on with the text right there. So for that, I'll show you guys the effect that I actually use. So I use New Blue, and I have a certain preset setting that I use, but I'll just like drag and drop it here. This one, I just have it set so that it won't normally burst out on my clips because I make them short enough that it doesn't. But if you guys want to actually see the settings, these are them right here. And of course you can change it up, move it around, but it kind of adds like a little bit of a RGB effect to it. So you can see a little bit of green and red in it. But that's how you do that particular one. And then, I think I actually kind of better man up to show this because I don't want to do it with that one necessarily. Okay. And one thing that like Sony Vegas likes to do is like at the very ends, like right here, it has it set up so that, I don't know, it like corrupts or something. And so it causes my Sony Vegas to crash. I don't know, is that like normal around all Sony Vegases? It does it for me though. At least it's like only with MP4s. So I always leave like black space at the end. So if I turn in an MEP part and it has like that black stuff, I'm just trying to like save your soul right there. Because it likes to mess up on me. Alright, so for this one, I'm going to try and showcase this, where the text kind of bounces up like that. And for this one, it requires several different layers because of course you're going to have multiple text coming up at different times. And I guess we'll just say, for simplistic purposes. Okay. So this is pretty much the same as far as like setting it all up and everything. One of the differences with this is that on these particular projects, I actually have this layer set to add. All the layers that are going to have the text set to add. Or you could do dodge. Dodge actually works just as well. I probably had it set to Dodge for my other product too. But that means that we're just, in order to have part of the background kind of show through, but still be kind of white, we're just gonna like set the opacity on the text just a little bit more transparent. And of course, everything else is basically just going to be left alone. You can add a shadow if you have like a different color. If it's black, it's obviously not going to show up. But if it's like a different color, like red, it'll probably show up. But I'll just leave it off for now. And I do think that's pretty big. Yeah, 36 looks good. Okay, so when I do this, I'm just gonna add copies and then change them up. I'm gonna confuse myself. I need to start at the bottom. Because I have no idea what else I'm saying. Okay, so then once you have your text all figured out as far as what you want said, then you can start moving around. That one down. I wish my preview screen was like a little bit faster. That'd be super helpful. It is a little close, but I'm just gonna leave it. That actually looks like, I hate that actually typography wise. But we're gonna go with it. Okay. And so one of the things that you'll notice is that it does come up and stay in one place. Like it doesn't move. But you see that like when the text comes in, it bounces a little bit. Like you can see that with me right there. So in order to do that, we have it all set up so that our text is exactly where we want it. So we don't necessarily have to worry about pan and cropping too much. But we'll just say that is kind of starts to come in here. Oh, great, start to come in on there. Okay. So we want Bell to kind of come in at this point, so I'll mark it. And with this one, we kind of want to just move it all the way. Go about there. Okay. And that's just so that we can get it to come into the screen. And then we're going to add, I feel like this is going to be like really quick. We'll do that. Okay. So then you're going to add 2 more keyframes after this part. And that's just so that you can use this middle one, and you're going to shift it in basically the direction that it came from. And since we were coming from the bottom, we're going to go up a little bit, I think. Let me turn off these so we can kind of like see what it's doing. I'm telling you, I get confused with pan and crop all the time. I think I went the wrong direction. Yep, I did. Trial and error, guys. Okay. So instead, I think I feel like that's gonna go up towards the screen. What am I doing? I'm so confused. Okay. This is great. This is how you learn, guys. I was right. I was right last time. What? Okay. So it is that direction. Alright, we're good. I figured it out. We're good. Okay. And then basically we're just going to repeat the exact same thing for all of these. Before I forget, it was the this one. We came from the bottom, so it's here. It's making me so nervous actually to having to like edit this with you guys. Like, listening to me. This is so nerve-wracking. Okay. Especially with typography. Because, funny story. So I took like an advanced typography class, just like this last semester at my college. And the teacher, he would like grab like random books off of his bookshelf, and he would like open them up and be like, look at the texture on this page, look how great it is. And then he'd open up on the other one and he'd be like, and this one, this texture isn't as great, you know. I'm just looking at him like, what do you mean by texture? They look the same. Anyway, I totally failed that class. So nothing I ever did for him was good enough. So if there are any like actual typography people out there watching this, like, I'm so sorry, but I just like apparently don't have the eye of texture, the eye for typography. I just go with whatever looks good to my brain. I don't know, is that how you do texture? I still don't even know what it is. Okay. So we basically have this all figured out now. After trial and error, we got it. So depending on how much bounce you want, typically I think this is like a little bit more than I normally do, but it just serves the purpose. So if you don't want as much bounce, then all it goes is as far away from your original default sizing. Just replace this one, go off a little bit. You just leave it closer to that, and it should fix it so that it's not so far away. I'll probably make it a little bit better. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. Ta-da! We have it done! Even though I like really hate the setup there, but oh well. It works. It works! So that's how you do this particular effect here. Another one. Okay, so like, I just missed it. There we go. I hate my preview screen. It doesn't load like anything, so I never know what I have until it's like rendered. And even then, it doesn't really load very well. Okay, so this effect right here is like super, super simple. So I'll show that to you guys over here. I'll just show you a new man up. Because why not? Some of these are like really, really old. I was like looking through my man-ups the other day and I was like, oh boy, I need to fix some up because some are really, really bad. Ooh, that one. Okay. Cool. So we'll have it, I just always forget to double click. So we'll have it come in like right here. But you're just gonna take just a regular kind of a text generator, and it's all the same with the background color, so you're just gonna make it black. I forgot that these were set to add. I was like, why is it not black? It's because of that. Okay, change to alpha. There we go. Oh, great. My day is gonna be so great today, guys. I can already tell. Alright. So it's basically the exact same setup. You just put in whatever you want to say, and because we're going with tradition for this project, we'll just put that. That one. And do I want to? No, I don't want to. Okay, that looks good to me. Alright, so you have this all set up, and then you gotta start working on it so that it actually is diagonal. And this is super easy, guys. So you're going to do the exact same thing as far as like the whole box thing goes. And I try and keep it as like even as I can. That looks pretty good. Although I'm gonna try and like focus it on his face. Let's see if I can actually like do this. Yeah. move this part up. The text is like really big for like covering his face. Maybe I should just like make it a little bit smaller. This is just killing my OCD, guys. I'm sorry. I could just like go with it, but my brain just does not want to. I just can't handle it. I need it smaller. That's a lot better. Okay. Not perfect, but it's a lot better. And the thing is going to be relatively the same. So you're going to have 2 anchor points. We're going to make this one just how it is right now. He moves his head. I hate that. Okay. Whatever. We're leaving it. But what you're going to do is you're just going to kind of like rotate it a little bit, and you can go whichever direction you feel like. I think I kind of like it this direction, like that. And then your other anchor point right here, you're just going to take what you just got and you're just going to minimize it so that it disappears, kind of. You can see the line a little bit right there. And when it comes out, it'll look a little bit funky, and that's where you gotta kind of like work with it a little bit. I like how it peeks out. Oh, it's great. Okay. So since we had it kind of like moving in an odd direction, and that might have been from when I moved it. I thought I kept it straight, but maybe I didn't. So let me look. Okay, so we're going to want to have it, I think, like right lined up with each other. And if I'm wrong, it's going to be really sad because I can't, because I bet I can't grab it once I'm done. Yay! Okay, cool. There we go. So, yep. So when you do it, just make sure that even though on this one, it kind of like goes up, that you make sure that the very first one, when it's all meshed together so you can't really see it, that it's lined up perfect with the first line. Okay, so instead of having it up this way, you're gonna line it up like, not necessarily like, ah, come on. I hate my mouse. So I usually just use my trackpad. Okay, there we go. Ta-da! That's so cute. I feel like this should be, I'm gonna make this the like thumbnail, guys. I'm gonna use this as a thumbnail because that's cute. Okay, this is great. Alright, and then of course if you want to add the RGB, there you go. And of course you can also add it to the clip as well, if you really wanted to, like that. But that's essentially how you do this one. And the great thing about using the actual masking tool to do stuff like this is that with Cookie Cutter, when you do it, and this is like the big difference, with Cookie Cutter, when you do it, it stays in the same place no matter how you're moving your actual media. But if you notice, I'm just gonna like randomly just move this, but you notice that with this, it moves the text, the masking along with it. I wonder if we could actually like animate it so it's still like right there. This is gonna look so bad, guys. But I'm like curious to see if I can like make this look a little bit better. But like you'll notice that it follows it, so you so you have it still doing its effect the way you want it, but it's moving across the screen with whatever your media, your footage, your manip, whatever is behind, it's moving along with it. Whereas if I did this with Cookie Cutter, it would constantly just stay in this section. It wouldn't move. I just get a kick out of that. Okay, I'm done, I promise. Alright. So that's essentially how you do this particular effect. One of the other ones that I did, I could show you that one, but this one's like really, really simple. Do you guys want me to do these? I guess I could do it really quick. It's seriously very simplistic. I won't even show you well, I probably should show you the background because I dodged it, so you won't be able to see it if I don't. But this is really nice and simple, guys. So if you want easy typography, here you go. So we're just basically gonna do this the exact same way we've been doing it. Okay, and I'll even just italicize this for you guys. With these ones, I like to make them as big as I possibly can before they get outside the screen. So that one's a really good size because it's just right there at the border. But this one, you're also going to set this entire track, this layer. You're going to set it to add, so I'm just going to leave it like that really quick while I figure this part out. And you can, of course, you can set a shadow on it. Don't necessarily have to. I usually don't if I'm doing a dodge one. But you got this. This one, I'm just gonna try to zoom in so I can actually move it. There we go. Okay, and we'll just make it come in this direction. And you can actually just move it, since this is, a transparent, text layer. You could actually just move it all the way out if you really wanted to. I probably just totally screwed that up. Is that about center? I don't know. I screw up my pen and crop all the time, and I gotta fix it because I get impatient. Okay. Maybe just move it a little that way. Okay, so then you have this flying in kind of effect like this. And as I did in this particular project, I had several different layers where I would make it get bigger as it came in, and then I would use the roll transition in order to go from one to the next. So you have this one. If I really wanted to, I could add another one. Create a new copy. And for the transition, you're just going to come in here. I'm going to use new blue roll. And since the text, and this is where you gotta make sure which direction your text is going, since it's going right, we're gonna push it right. So then you have it go like that. But of course this one just make it a little bit bigger. So we're just cut it there. And then we'll just get rid of that, so it's actually, I can just make it like so. And I'll just, shape one up. This is what happens when I'm just goofing around and not really taking so seriously. Just put random stuff everywhere. Okay. And then of course you can animate the background, so to make sure that it's doing the exact same thing that your text is doing. So we know that this keyframe right here is where we want it to come in. So we don't want to zoom in, so we actually have somewhere to move from. It's coming in this side, and we want it to go in that direction. Poor Aladdin got cropped, but oh well. And then same general concept here, except I don't know if I like that, but we'll just leave it. I'll have to redo this particular mana, because like you can see the ghost lines from when I like actually first masked it before I did disable resample. Which, by the way, if you guys were curious and you don't like these little ghost lines, if you take your regular clip, this one's rendered, so obviously it's not going to help it at all. But if you put disable resample, it won't do these weird ghosts in your footage, which will help you a ton with masking, trust me. Just why I gotta go in and change all these. Oh, joy. Okay, but as you can see, I'll just like, yeah, there we go. Did I still a lot? No, I still a lot in this lemur. For a second there, I was like, oh dear. So then you have something like that. It's a really simplistic, really easy way to do text. If you're lazy like me, and you just like want to add text but you don't really want to work with it too much, this is a good way to go. Alright, and then the final one that I wanted to show you kind of involves several different aspects, I guess. So I'll show you what I mean. It's gonna be somewhere around here. Oh yeah, and these, by the way, guys, this is the exact same thing. That's kind of like the bars. They're just text media generators just masked. That's all that is. And this is just the bar, just not extended all the way. But this is the one that I wanted to show you guys as a last typography element. So you got the circle, and then you got these like other circles that kind of extend from it, like that. And I'll also show you how to get this like little silhouette-y thingy. That's actually like really pretty simple. Let me just grab another like random mana. I don't know why I'm being picky with the man-ups, but oh well, we'll do this one. Okay, cool. So, it's going to essentially be the same setup as it's always been. Just going to make it that. Okay, and if you wanted, with these, as far as like the project that I showed it to you on, with Dimitri, I Like It, I did have a little bit of an animation going as far as leading into it. With this one, it's kind of going from one to the next. It was just a flip. But you can essentially just do whatever you want. Like this is just a regular fade. But adding transitions can be really fun, especially ones that involve like circles or flips. Just because it reminds me of like flipping a coin. But getting this one put together. I guess I'll add probably a little bit big. Okay, cool. And then of course, background, all black. I always forget this is on add. I don't want it on add. Okay. And I think Cindy's is like super big right now. We don't want it that big. That's a good size. Alright, so we're going to go back to our masking tool, and we're going to make a circle, and you can hold down Shift and Control if you want to just like go out from where your cursor is first placed. That'll help keep it nice and circular instead of an oval shape. Okay, so we have Cindy here. All perfect. But we wanted to add the little halo-y circle, I guess you could say. I'll call it halo circle, it sounds cool. And for that, I just used a regular solid color generator. And I'm going to go into the masking tool. And this one takes a few layers, I guess, of masking. But you're just going to make it a little bit bigger than your black one was. I'm going to make that one positive. And now you're going to add another one. But you're going to set it so that it's closer on one side here than it is over here. So it kind of has this little appearance. And then you're just going to make that a negative mask. So it takes it out of your other circle that was positive. So you have this kind of halo, and of course you just leave it as an add, which this layer is still set to add. And then you can change the opacity. And then add RGB to it. Of course, you can like move it around. I think I had this one set a little bit more. Yeah. So you can move around with like the RGB as far as like what you want. I moved it like way too much. It's gonna be all over the place. But that's essentially how you just kind of do the circle. And as for this project, I mean, it just stayed the same. Of course, it would like move with the other elements because these are all zooming out, so it's going along with them. But we still have to do this little circle-y thing, which is fun. It can be kind of complicated sometimes, because there are like certain times when it just frustrates the heck out of me. But I'm just gonna take, because of I was just gonna do like a certain effect as far as this goes. But I don't want it to like go from a specific point. I want it to go out from that circle, so I'm just gonna take away the mask that made the positive circle around here. And we'll see. I'm really hoping this works. I think it should. And we're gonna add cookie cutter. We're actually gonna use cookie cutter. So with this one, you're actually gonna have like a border on it, or at least I like to have a border because it helps me control how thick I want the lines to be. But I don't leave it very big, just like pretty small. And the thing that you're gonna do is basically animate it. So jump out about that size. This looks good. The rest of it's gonna be 0. So it didn't work the way I wanted, but that's okay. Alright, maybe. Yeah. Oh well. It's good. It's all good. Okay. But then you notice that like all it does is it just leaves this big increasing circle like that, and that's not what we want. So all you have to do for that is you just add another one, but this one you're going to cut away section, and I don't add a border on this one, I just leave it on one of them, otherwise you can get some like really big problems. But for this, you're just gonna set it like a little bit apart from the other. Oops. That one, like that. And then you just match up the values. So this one was a size of 150. So we're just gonna change that to 1. And with this one, by the end, you just kind of want it to fade out. Just increase so much that there just isn't anything left. So the size was 211. Honestly, we could increase the size, and this is where it gets kind of tricky, and you might have to like move it. It's always because of this particular keyframe. Those ends. And you'll have like, there are a lot of different things that make it really complicated. See, like it's not really like kind of coming out. So if you wanted to like start to decrease more, just move this out, like this, increase. I really hope I'm showing you guys right. It takes a lot of trial and error for me to do any of this. It does weird things like that. So apparently it's just gonna like stop right there because I made it like be too big. Okay. That's why this is always like super hard to like show you guys tutorial wise. Because it's just like, ugh. Yep. It's fun. I can probably, let me try bringing up the actual project file so I can see exactly what settings I have it set under. Because I definitely want to like help you guys. I don't want you guys to like just look at this and be like, I am not understanding you, Amity. You're just messing up all over the place and I can't follow. Okay. No. It's not going to be enough order. I'm following, just slowly. I'm getting it. Okay. What's the difference? What did I see? I'm gonna guess, is this one? No, I don't care. I kinda do care, but I don't. I do weird things sometimes, guys, and I don't even know why I do them. Hopefully this is the right project file, though. Oh, yay. Cool. So, what is this? Oh, that's the mask. Okay, I'm following. I'm getting this. This is what I mean by like my stuff being a surprise sometimes. This is exactly what I mean. Okay, here's one. Sweet, this is the one we were looking at. So I did change the opacity because it is on Dodge. I think it's on Dodge. Yep, it's on Dodge. So it kind of adds to the clip behind it. But let's take a look at the effects. Okay. So it looks like it doesn't really start until a little bit in. But it looks like the cutaway section's going first. And then the add cutaway all but this section is going second. Okay, so I had them reversed, I think. I did. So if we try and copy what we're doing here, so that it looks more like, what was this, 211, 211? I did all 211? Sweet, okay. I don't know if this is gonna work, guys. Nope. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. Okay, I'm curious now. because the cut all the way sections go in second. Cut all the way section. Oh, I think I know. Yes! Okay, cool. I had a border on this one and not the other one. That was it. How big of a border do I want? Does it look better if I take away the border on that one? Trial and error, guys. It's great. Okay. So this definitely doesn't fade out at the end. So let me look at these settings here. So it looks like this one is 197. This one's 199. So it is just like a teensy bit bigger. And actually, this one move too. Nope, it doesn't. Okay, so it is a teensy bit bigger, and that's what's gonna make it disappear. See, I kind of know what I'm talking about, and then I get mixed up, so whatever. Okay. Check it one more time. Okay, so yeah, cutaway all bit section, it ends first, and then the cutaway section goes last, and it's a little bit bigger. So we're actually gonna like need to switch these up. I think this one about 15. Kind of. I mean. This is great, guys. I'm like, I'm experimenting with you guys here and totally failing. It's great. You guys get to see my failure process of trial and error. Anyway, I don't know what I did. What did I do? I have nothing else. Did I change border size? Apparently there's a border on both of them. That's not it. I don't think it is. This is great, guys. This is gonna be like at least half an hour just because I'm messing with this, but I want to get it right. I forgot what was that. Did I have it at 17 for the other one? Definitely wasn't there. 14. Yeah. Okay. I just want to get right for you guys. I feel like the border has to be animated. It has to be, right? Right? I feel like it has to be. Oh my gosh. Okay. Why is I hate sometimes when you have like a certain effect highlighted, but that's not the one you wanted. What am I doing? I don't know. I just want to get it right, and I'm just like, I feel like I wasted all your guys' time. Anyway, I've done it right before, but oh well. Oh well. This is fun. Yeah, we can just like leave it, because I don't want to work on it anymore. Anyway, once upon a time, I did this actually right, and today, no, it's not happening. Whatever. We'll leave it at that. Cool. And then of course just make it a little bit. And I am gonna add another one, but this is simply just to make sure that it starts at a certain point and not. There we go. So it starts more like this outer ring and not at the inside part. Which I could just change the size, but I don't want to. There we go. Yay. That was fun. Okay, so I think that was all that I wanted to cover text-wise. But yep. But that's essentially how you guys do it. And I don't know if I'll get to any more tutorials today. I might try, but I'm definitely gonna do some in the future if I don't do them today. I got a whole list of ones that I want to get done, and of course, if you guys have any requests for me to do, don't hesitate in telling me, because it'll help me get to better, I don't know, experiment, I guess, and try and figure out ways to teach it, ways that'll work for other people, that kind of stuff. So yeah, let me know if there's anything that you guys want to know exactly how I did, if there's any projects you want me to highlight. Yeah, I am happy to help, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.